Hey guys, before this video, yeah, I'd say this video. Before this video begins, I just want to let you guys know, when I recorded this session, I thought it was all going good. I'd set up a few different things, all that. And then I realized during editing, that my mic audio wasn't working. So, because of that, I'm just going to be kind of talking you through what happened, basically. And it was like 2 hours of gameplay, so it sucks, but at the same time, it's not too much. So I'm just gonna, like do a quick recap, and then it'll probably just cut into like the next video, or not next video, but like to the next session. But yeah, just want you guys to know so you're not all confused as to what's going on and all that. So let's get into the video. So basically, I was making my way out of Whiterun when I ran into this little camp thinking it was like a little side mission. Unfortunately, it wasn't though, and it was just like a group of bandits. So I went ahead and, took care of that. Kind of easy work. I thought it was literally just 2 people, but I was wrong, as like the second I beheaded this guy, like a bunch more showed up. About like 3 other people showed up. One of them had frostbite. And to make matters even worse, yeah, there was a dragon, like, at the very top. It didn't really fight me, though. It kind of just disappeared after I finished up with these guys. You see my horse actually get into the mix of things, which was pretty cool. But I was worried that, like, these bandits were gonna kill my horse, and I was gonna have to buy a 3rd one. I was making my way down, I think it was actually north of Whiterun. Yeah, north of Whiterun, when I ran into a busted down chariot. Is that what it's called? Anyways, I was gonna rob the person originally, then I looked at him closer and it's a literal clown. Or jester, whatever you want to call it. This dude named Cicero. And he was kind of a character, honestly. I had my feelings about him. He looked kind of suspicious, but I decided to help him, talk to him anyways.
Cicero is stuck. Can't you see? I was transporting my dear, sweet mother. Well, not her corpse. She's quite dead. I'm taking mother to a new home, a new crypt, but... wagon wheel, damnedest wagon wheel! It broke. Don't you see? Oh, yes! Yes, the kindly stranger can certainly help. Go to the farm, the Lorius farm, just over there, off the road. Talk to Lorius. He has tools. He can help me, but he won't. He refuses. Convince Lorius to fix my wheel. Do that, and poor Cicero will reward you with coin. Gleamy, shiny coin.
So basically I ended up making my way to this Lorius guy to convince him to fix the wheel. And honestly it went pretty well, I'll say.
Oh, for the love of Mara, what now? That Cicero feller? Huh, tell me something I don't know. Crazy fool's already asked me about 5 times. Seems he's not satisfied with my answer. Why can't he just leave us alone? Pay me? You think this is about money? Have you seen the man? He's completely out of his head. A jester here in Skyrim? Ain't been a merry man in these parts for 100 years. And he's transporting some giant box. Says it's a coffin, and he's going to bury his mother. Mother, my eye. He could have anything in there. War contraband, weapons, skooma? In no way I'm getting involved in any of that. What? And just who in Mara's name are you, anyway? Come here, telling me my business. And for what? To help a fool? Look, Yes, you're right. Feller might be nutters, might not. The fact is, he needs help. I turned him away. What kind of a man am I, huh? Look, thanks. And I'm sorry for my unneighborly reaction. If you talk to Cicero, you be sure to tell him I'll be down to help soon.
At this point, I was originally just kind of threatening him, being like, "Oh man, you're lucky I didn't blow your house down because I'm the Dragonborn, yada yada. I'll be waiting for you, yada yada." But you know, of course, you can't hear that because I'm an idiot who doesn't realize my audio isn't working.
You did? He has? Oh, stranger! You have made Cicero so happy, so jubilant and ecstatic, but more, even more, my mother thanks you. Here for your troubles, shiny, clinky gold. A few coins for your kind deed, and thank you again. I will wait for Lorius. Oh yes, Mother and I will wait right here until he finishes.
Yeah, that was a really funny little side mission. But anyway, continuing our quest, we end up finally making it to the rest of the Imperial group. And would you know, Hadvar's here. He finally makes a reappearance.
I'm glad you'll be with me in there. I don't like the looks of this place. And I'm not talking about the Stormcloaks. You too, huh? I'd much rather a straight-up fight than creeping around a place like this. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
Stormcloaks were already camped out around the entrance when we got here. They don't know we're here yet.
Well, that's something at least. Looks like the damned rebels got here first. No matter. We have the element of surprise. Prepare to move out. Follow me. Listen up, Legionnaires. Those Stormcloaks are here for the same reason we are. Ulfric, the Pretender, wants that crown, but we're not going to let him have it. I realize some of you may know men on the other side, but remember this. They are the enemy now, and will not hesitate to end your lives either. General Tullius is counting on us to bring back the Jagged Crown, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's show these rebels what real soldiers look like.
So yeah, we go ahead and we make our march into this here little area, this little ruin. The Stormcloaks on the outside, they were really easy to dispatch of. My only issue here though was the fact that there's just so many allies and enemies on screen, or like in the same area, that I didn't really want to hit one by accident and then, you know, kind of make them all turn against me. So yeah, quick save there, and then I actually just didn't attack at all for the rest of that fight. Because, you know, I didn't want to like accidentally set an ally on fire or like make someone fear me and then boom, quest failed. Here, we made it inside the ruin, and I didn't realize, but I just kind of just waltzed right in, even though she was, I guess, trying to take him out stealthily. Yeah, I kind of just knocked 3 down, and then we just kind of cleaned up the rest of them. Yeah, I should have been more patient here, but it's cool. You know, it wasn't really hard to do or anything. It wasn't really any struggles. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a lot of executions in this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to disable that execution mod, because it's not that it's bad, it's just it does too many executions at once. Yeah, as you see another one. So she leaves 2 of the guys back, so now it's just like 6 of us, I think, including Hadvar and Ayla and me. We make it over to this area where there's just more Stormcloaks that we kind of deal with pretty fast, actually. Again, like I'm pretty high leveled, honestly. When it comes to like human enemies, they're not hard to take care of. Like, they're really easy to dispatch of. This dude gets it bad. He gets like shanked heavily. And then we make our way into this little doorway. I trail off because I was gonna get loot, but no.
I don't like the look of this. Perfect spot for an ambush. 10 to 1, they're just waiting for us on the other side.
But there isn't any other way through, Legate.
Let's not jump to conclusions, soldier. The Legion always finds a way. I'd rather take a moment and look around than walk blindly into an ambush.
Right here, I was noticing that there was like a little bug where Dawnbreaker wasn't properly skinned. Like if you look at my right hand, it's a steel Skyforge sword, but that's actually Dawnbreaker. You can tell by the red aura it's giving off. The one in my left is the Skyforge steel sword. So I just kind of de-equipped it and then re-equipped it, and then it fixed that issue. But it was kind of confusing, so I was like, did I just lose it? Which, funny enough, is actually what you're gonna see happen in like a few minutes. So yeah, she was telling me that I should go look for another way, but I was just kind of like in a Leroy Jenkins kind of mood. So I literally just waltzed right in and then just started slaughtering people. And I thought I was gonna do this on my own, but thankfully, like, everybody else just kind of ran in after me. And I was a little worried here. Okay, well, as you see here, I'm like trying to swing at this oil, hoping Dawnbreaker can like set it on fire. I was worried here that like me kind of rushing in without looking for a different way was gonna get somebody killed. It actually did. But they're just kind of an extra person. Anyways, we make our way deeper into the ruin, where we see Draugr and dead Stormcloaks, and it's like, okay, we're gonna fight Draugr, cool.
Looks like it's been dead for 100 years.
And I'm no noob to it, and it actually helps that I do have Dawnbreaker because, jeez, this sword is actually amazing against undead. Like, I'm telling you, this sword is broken, for real.
And this must be the Hall of Stories.
Oh, I've heard of this. These walls are supposed to show the history of the ancients who built this place.
Too bad we can't read these carvings. Who knows what secrets we'd uncover.
One thing at a time, soldier. Focus on our primary mission. We're searching for the crown. Looks like we weren't the first ones here either. What is that? Some kind of stone claw? I wonder what it's used for. Good job. All right, everyone, keep your guard up. Let's move out. All right, everyone, keep your guard up. Let's move out. All right, let's move, men.
So yeah, we unlock a puzzle and then more Draugr show up, but like literally look at how quickly we get rid of these guys. So I stabbed this guy with Dawnbreaker. It sends that whole shockwave going and then like disintegrates half the Draugr. And it's amazing, seriously. Like now I'm not even like afraid of like any undead characters, because I know I'm just gonna like massacre them, seriously. We see that once again when we make it to this part, and this is the part I'm talking about. So you see that guy in the little chair right there? That is the guy who has the crown that we're looking for. I approach him, doesn't really do anything. He's just kind of limp there. However, for some reason Hadvar has the magic of awakening the dead.
I found a crown over here on this corpse.
He literally just stands there and looks at the dude, and then what do you know? They all just start rising. The whites and the rest of Draugr, they're kind of easy to get rid of. This dude, however, the Draugr Deathlord, yeah, you see what he just did there? You have been disarmed. I had no idea. But if you look in my little hotkey section, whatever, you can see that I still have the steel swords. However, what I didn't realize is that I actually dropped Dawnbreaker. Like, it got out of my inventory. And basically, yeah, I had to just use those swords. I don't know what happened to Dawnbreaker or why it dropped out, but it just kind of dropped. It ends up just staying there on the floor, like by his chair, and I didn't realize that it was even gone until like much later into this recording. But don't worry, I did end up like going back to get him, and you know, we were good. Again, this is one of those situations where there's too many friendlies. I didn't really want to hit anybody. I got the good idea of like kind of going behind the Draugr Deathlord and then just stabbing him from behind. That way I'm not accidentally hitting anybody. And they actually took care of him. Look at this crown, dude. It's 5,000 value. I was considering just keeping it and just not continuing the storyline, but no, I'm better than that. It's probably also a quest item, so I wouldn't even be able to sell it. I found another word of power, the slow time one, which I actually haven't even used yet. I don't think I used it at all in this recording. But we make our way back to General Tullius, right? Yeah, he's like not inside of his regular base of operations. He's like over here just chilling, eating a drink. I mean, drinking a drink. I hand him the crown because, you know, I don't really need it. I don't really need the money. You just kind of steal stuff.
Excellent work, soldier.
Yeah, and like for the most part, as you guys have been catching up and seeing so far, the reason why I've been trying to do these Empire missions is so that I can basically get this guy out of the Thalmor Embis or Thalmor jail without going in swords ablazing, but it does not look like it's possible because I go ahead and I ask him, and you'll see.
The Jarl, however, refuses the Legion's support. This missive should convince him. Be aware, soldier. These documents contain sensitive intelligence for the Jarl's eyes only.
You have your orders, soldier.
I go ahead and I talk to him again. I'm like, I need a prisoner released. And he just kind of repeats the same thing, so I'm pretty sure it's just not possible for me to ever release that guy. Also, as you guys saw in that last recording, the Thalmor did kind of just attack me out of nowhere, which I was like, really? Okay, I guess. That's cool. I also tried to I tried to pickpocket him, hoping he had like some kind of letter that was like a get out of jail free card, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't have one on him. So I make my way back to Whiterun. I end up talking to, well, first I see that Lydia's here, you know, just eating bread. I see this random altercation between Proventus and the Jarl. But yeah, I talk to Jarl, give him the important message from General Tullius.
No doubt requesting to garrison his men in my castle. How many times must I deny him? Well, out with it. I see. Give the papers to my steward. Don't be daft. Just give me the letter. I presume once I have it, I can do as I please with it? Good. These are interesting reports. Proventus, what do you make of all this? If Ulfric were to attack Whiterun...
As in all things, Lord, caution. I urge us to wait and see.
Pray wait.
I'm of a mind with Irileth. It's time to act.
You plan to march on Windhelm?
I'm not a fool, Proventus. I mean, it's time to challenge Ulfric to face me as a man, or to declare his intentions.
He'll do no such thing.
He was rather straightforward with Torrig.
Torrig? He simply walked up to the boy and murdered him.
That boy was High King of Skyrim.
I'm not the High King, but neither am I a boy. If Ulfric wants to challenge my rule in the old way, let him. Though I suspect he'll prefer to send his storm cloaks to do it for him.
True. He's already proven his personal strength. Now he seeks to prove his armies.
Then might I urge you to consider General Tullius's request? I mean, if you are bent on offending Jarl Ulfric.
Ulfric is the one who has offended. But Proventus has a point. Ulfric has made it clear. In his mind, to refuse his claim is to side with the Empire.
And what harm is there in letting a few legionnaires die in place of your own men?
It seems cowardly.
Was it cowardly, then, to accept the White Gold Concordat?
This again? That was different. Was I given a chance to object to the terms of the treaty? No. The Jarls weren't asked. We were told, and we had to like it.
The chests of gold didn't hurt.
Damn it! This isn't about gold.
It's time to decide.
Lord, wait. Let us see if Ulfric is serious.
Oh, he's serious. But so am I.
Finally.
You there. I have a message for you to deliver to our friend, the esteemed Jarl of Windhelm. Deliver this axe to Ulfric Stormcloak. How long have you been in Skyrim? Yes, give the man my axe. If he returns it to you, it means we have business to settle. If he keeps it, then we are at peace. Men who understand one another need not waste words. There are but a few simple truths behind one warrior giving another his axe. Ulfric will know my meaning. Good. Good. Proventus, bring me my pen and the good parchment. Now, if you don't mind,
Lord?
I've got a... Yes, to General Tullius. I need to make a few things clear before I accept these legionnaires of his.
So yeah, now we're making our way to Ulfric Stormcloak, and he has this whole little like speech that takes like minutes and minutes to get over with. He's talking to this really gravelly voiced dude who has like a bear hat on.
We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land.
Are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time.
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Galmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of Oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me...
If you have any news of the Western Holds, take it to Ulfric immediately.
Dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
Your words give voice to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's why you will be High King. But the day words are enough will be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
I will gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
Yes? Make it quick. I'm a busy man. Is that so? I've been... Oh. What's this? You're quite brave to carry such a message. It's a pity you've chosen the wrong side. You can return this axe to the man who sent it, and tell him he should prepare to entertain visitors. I expect a great deal of excitement in the city of Whiterun in the near future. Sooner than you think.
Yeah, I instantly kind of got like bad vibes off of Ulfric, and like I was, I was about to kill him. I even quick saved, and then this is the point where I actually realized that Dawnbreaker was missing from my inventory. I kind of panicked here because I checked my inventory fully, and it just wasn't here. And I'm thinking, oh my god, where could I have lost it? Where could I have lost it? But yeah, I ended up going back to the temple. I got the sword back, and then we just continued on. Basically, the Empire stationed a few troops here. It was cool. We ended up basically planning out this little battle.
The walls are strong. If we can hold them there.
They have catapults.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots.
The city walls are already falling apart as it is.
My scouts tell me they're loading them with fire.
So, he wants to take my city. Walls intact.
The men will be
Another
fighting.
wanderer,
Make a
here
move
to lick
toward
my father's
Balgra,
boots.
and you'll...
My
Good
men
job.
are fearless.
I've got my eyes on
Imperial
you.
milk drinkers I'm worried about.
If you prefer,
Another
I can take my men
wanderer,
and leave.
here to lick my father's boots.
No,
Good job.
of course not. Just don't let me down, Scipius. We'll need to set up water brigades to combat the flames.
Already taken care of.
You Imperials are efficient. I'll give you that. How long until they arrive?
Sir. Not long. They're hiding in the countryside.
Damn it. What's he waiting for?
Sir?
What?
Sir, they're on the move. They'll be at the gates at any moment.
Why didn't you say so immediately?
Sir, I tried.
This is it. Time to see what these storm cloaks are made of.
The men are already gathering at the gates. Move it, soldier. Spread the word. Go, go, go!
Oblivion take them. Every miserable last one of them. You've returned with my axe. I knew that would be his response. As soon as you left, I sent word to General Tullius, who's been kind enough to lend us some of his troops, and Legate Scipius here. Let Ulfric try to make it past our combined forces. I'll turn you back over to your legion. Legate Scipius will have use for you. Gods be with us all.
Come out, the whole town is on fire, getting bombarded right now. And I'm just like, bro, what? Like, this is insane. I run into Ulfric there by accident, or not Ulfric, Uthgerd by accident. I see a whole bunch of people running, and I'm like, okay, y'all don't want to help me fight? That's cool. I'll just do it on my own. With a few Whiterun guards and Imperial soldiers, we get outside to the gates. We basically end up going all the way down to where the stables are, kind of, just outside. My horse is like down there on fire, and then what is her name, dude? I'm forgetting names. She's giving a speech, Legate Reek. She's giving a nice little speech before we all go to battle.
But make no mistake, what we do here out the disease of this rebellion. We will make this country whole again. Ready now! Everyone with me! For the Empire! For the Legion!
And it's not long before we're even into the battle that I noticed that these dudes literally launch my horse into the air. And that was like my breaking point. I just lost it. I start trying to break down the barriers, jumping over and stuff. I took out a few guys before I even get through. And yeah, my horse fell down to the ground and died. So I lost another horse. Another horse. And I'm like, bro, yeah, this fight went on for a good bit of time. Eventually we dwindled their forces down to like 1%, 0%, you know what I'm saying? Just one more person left. I kind of went overboard, foosed her out of the air, and then finished her off. And we basically went ahead and got a nice little speech from Jarl Balgruuf.
In your victory here today, even as the gods revel in your honor. They already sing of your valor and skill. The halls of Sovngarde are no doubt ringing with your praises. In defeating these storm-cloaked traitors, you have proven the hollowness of their cause and the fullness of your hearts. The citizens of Whiterun are forever in your debt. But Ulfric will not stop here. No, he will continue to strike out against any true Nord who remains faithful to the Empire. He will continue to sow discord and chaos wherever he can. And so, we must, each one of us, continue to fight this insurrection, lest our fallen brothers have died for naught. Lest our honor be lessened, should we allow these bloodthirsty beasts to prowl our lands. Carry on, men. My gratitude and blessings go with you. For Whiterun, for the Empire.
Keep an eye out for Stormcloak spies.
Thank you for your role in all of this. It'd be my honor should you decide to make Whiterun your home. Speak with Preventus. He'll make the necessary arrangements.
After finishing that up, we report back to General Tullius, and
by defeating Ulfric at Whiterun, we have solidified the allegiance of the Jarl. Perhaps the Stormcloaks will soon lose heart for this little rebellion of theirs once and for all. I'm promoting you to Quester. Take this blade, a symbol of your new station and responsibility. I'll keep an eye on your progress. The Empire rewards excellence, and so do I. You'd be wasted as a regular soldier. I have special plans for you. You'll be of greater use to me with greater flexibility. Make your way to our hidden military camp in the Pale. Rico will have important tasks for you, and will need you when we reclaim the capital.
For the Empire indeed. He basically gave me this kind of cool Elven Sword of Fire. It's good. It's not Dawnbreaker good. I think it's just good against human people. If you don't want to waste the Dawnbreaker charge, I recommend using that sword instead. If you're going against undead, definitely should use that. Make our way to this little campsite, and as soon as I get here, another dragon. Another dragon. Thankfully this time I'm backed up by like 10 plus people, including 2 horses who get their licks in as well. This dragon shoots ice. It's a blood dragon. I didn't actually realize it was a blood dragon, I don't think. But yeah, it came back around, wanted to duke with us, so we duked back. It actually lands here, so I was able to actually get some hits in. Resist fear, does not resist the fire though. Went into third person to make sure I didn't hit anybody. and as this thing's about to die, I didn't notice this, but like the two horses literally just finish it off. One of them jumps on top of it, and then it's just dead, and that's it. I just lit up its bones and stuff. It was a very random occurrence. But we report to Legate Rick, and she assigns us a job.
So, the General and I have our disagreements, but he's the best. I need you to deliver some false orders to the Stormcloak commander in Dawnstar. But first, we need to get our hands on some rebel orders to make the forgeries. The Nightgate and Candlehearth Inns are frequent stops for Stormcloak runners. See if you can't convince one of the innkeepers to help you. One way or another, get me those documents. But don't do anything rash if you go to Windhelm. Well, soldier, can you do this? Peace may yet return to Skyrim, but until then, we fight.
So we make our way to Winterhold, I think this is, and we basically just ask this woman if she can kind of just show us or tell us where this courier will be. She says he. She says he, however, it was very much a woman who showed up. What I did was, instead of just running out to go get him, which honestly would have been the smarter idea, I just waited here for like 12 plus hours. So we wait 6 hours and nothing happens because the person has not showed back up. I look around a little bit, no indicator that they're there, so I go ahead and I'm like, you know, I'll just wait another 6 hours. And I wait 6 hours, and they finally show up. They are actually just like in the very, very back room. So I go over there, and thinking about this now, I really should have just took the stealth option and just assassinated this person, but I don't even think I had like the sneak level for it. I thought I could just kind of convince the courier to just give me the documents, but that's kind of a really dumb move. As you see here, she kind of just is like, we'll see about that. And she just attacks me, of course. You know, it's a Stormcloak courier. It's not hard. She's not difficult to kill at all. What was difficult, however, was the fact that I didn't realize I was going to get a bounty. And because of that, as soon as I actually get out to the front gates, I'm instantly attacked, as you'll see here. So I make my way out the door. Obviously, I don't want to get caught up inside the city. And I'm like looking around, making sure nobody's here, and then I just walk right out to Skyrim. As soon as I get out here, literally the guards on my left and right just auto aggro. They're like, yeah, we know what you did. And they start shooting at me and trying to stab me. I can't fast travel yet because, you know, there are enemies nearby. I kind of get them all in a nice little line though, and then send them flying. And I just kind of fast travel when I get the suspicion, or not suspicion, the notoriety off me.
Something to report? Very good. Let's see what you have here. Interesting. They know more of our plans than I expected. It would seem Fort Dunstad is in need of reinforcements. We'll make sure they won't be getting those. One moment while I correct some of these documents. That should do it. Make sure those forged documents get to the Stormcloak commander in Dawnstar. It'll throw him off our trail, allowing us to maneuver more freely. I'll take my leave then.
After talking to Legate Rick, I noticed there was a little escort of Thalmor soldiers and a slave, not a slave, a prisoner. And at this point, I'm not really on the good side with the Thalmor. So we're just gonna be all like, okay, go about your ways, you guys are cooling, but, you know, we don't like the Thalmor here. Nobody likes the Thalmor. I catch up to the prisoner, as this guard is also trying to catch up, and I was like, okay, you know what, I guess I'll just talk to him, see what he has to say. And I literally press E, and I notice this dude is about to turn around, and it looks like he's about to attack me. The options were no, yes, free, and share items when it came to freeing the prisoner. I was like, bro, you're not gonna attack me just for talking to him, are you? So I was like, if they attack me, they're the aggressors. I have the right to kill them. So I'm just gonna say no and see what happens. He turns around, he pulls out his blade, and then he goes away. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna quick save, and you know what? We're gonna see what happens here. So I hit yes, free, and share items. Actually, that's what I hit, and I give him my my elven sword of fire. You know, because I want him to at least have a fighting chance, along with the staff. Which one was it? The staff of the familiar. Yeah, I give him that one, even though I don't think he actually uses it at all. He just kind of uses the sword. And then, of course, I'm like, you know, you're gonna need some armor at least. So I give him the steel plate gauntlets, because it's like the only armor I don't have equipped to me. So I give that to him, and I'm like, okay, you're set. Go ahead, man. So we go ahead and duke it out with the Thalmor, who happen to be actually pretty formidable for what they were. Like, their armor is actually pretty good. They summoned a fire thingy. I equip Dawnbreaker. Go ahead and take out this Flame Atronak. That thing stood no chance. This guy was chucking fireballs like crazy. Like crazy. I thought I was gonna actually die here. So I took a few potions of just randomness, just out of fear. However, I was lucky though, because it turned out that the Imperial soldiers who were up in the camp came down to help me out. And they basically just shower people in arrows and got rid of them for me. What I didn't realize is that I kind of did have Ayla in elven armor here. So as I finished this guy off, I went over to swing at this other person who turned out to actually be Ayla. She didn't really turn against me, so that's good. We finished off the rest of the Thalmor. And as I was traveling a little bit farther down, I noticed these three guys, and I was like, what is going on here? Got a little bit closer, they were fighting a few spiders, and I noticed, that's Torvar. Why is Torvar here? And I looked over to see who these two people were, and surprisingly, it was more companions. Like, just out and about. Like, here's Athos, and I think that's Vilcus? I keep forgetting their names, like, between the two. I can't remember who's who. But yeah, Vilcus was over there, and I was just like, that's really random. I didn't think they were just going to be out roaming about. But that is very good to know, because that means that there's a chance that they could just kind of, you know, help me out in dire situations. No, it's Farkas. Okay. Oops. As I approach my destination, I come across this little altercation between these old Imperial folks and this Jarl.
He's proud of his service, Skald. The Legion taught us loyalty, and we're loyal to Dawnstar.
This isn't over. I catch you sending one letter to General Tullius. I'll have you both executed.
My duty is to guard Brina Merilis. Watch your hands around the leg. I've been in the Legion all my life.
You come to Dawnstar at a bad time. Skald supports Ulfric's rebellion, and he doesn't like having a couple of old legionnaires living in his town. He's a fool. A dragon has attacked Helgen. Dawnstar needs the Empire now more than ever. Stay out of trouble now.
Anyways, I make it into the Jarl's Hall, and I take a nice little left over here, not towards the wine, into this little lab, and I talk to this what is his name? Forkmar Bannertorn? I didn't notice that. But yeah, I give him the documents, and he's instantly suspicious.
I suppose it would be. Good thinking. All right.
And he just believes me?
Ah, good. Looks like the reinforcements for the fort are on the way. We have some information about enemy troop movements as well. Excellent. It's not easy running messages, what with Imperial scouts crawling all over the place. Well done. Why don't you grab yourself a drink at the Windpeak before heading back?
He gives me 5 gold, and I found this kind of funny that he really believed I was a Stormcloak agent, as when I get to this little table, you're going to notice that what I have equipped are the Imperial bracers. So it's kind of weird that he didn't realize that I wasn't one. Anyways, I try to enchant some stuff, but then I make it back, and you know, yeah, I report back to Legate Reek.
Something to report? Your objective is Fort Dunstad. Meet the soldiers preparing for the attack, then join them in wiping out the rebels. Once you prevail... Well, soldier, are you up to the task? I knew I could count on you, soldier.
Now, when it came to this fortress, I hated this mission, I'll be honest with you. When I ran in here, it's another one of those things where you have to fight an amount of people and basically reduce the numbers to like 0%. I felt like it was taking too long, so I had the bright idea to become a wolf. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll become a wolf. We'll kill these guys nice and fast, because honestly I'm going to keep losing health. Might as well just feed on whoever's dead. But that was actually a very bad move, as you're going to see in a few minutes or a few seconds. Because when I did turn into my lichen form, literally everybody just was out for me. Like, everybody. Both Stormcloak and Imperial. I start going over here, I start swinging at literal Stormcloak soldiers. Another one, down. Another one, I go and feed on that person, and then I'm like, okay, I'll make my way up here and finish off these guys. I passed this Imperial soldier, and I didn't even notice it at first, but they actually are a red blip on the mini-map. I'm hopping over here because I see another red blip, and I go over and I actually realize what has happened, and that is that the Imperials have turned on me. The second I kill this dude, it says your follower leaves your service, which means Ayla literally just stops being my companion, even though she is also a lichen, which I found weird. But yeah, I knew this was just going to end in me having to kill everybody here, and I didn't want to do that. I'm not going to gain anything out of it, so I literally just reset and did the mission over again. Just didn't become a lichen this time. Eventually, we got the numbers down to 0 and finished this mission, but man, it got boring. It started to feel repetitive is what happened, basically, because we've already done something like this, I think. And I was just worried that they were going to keep repeating this anytime I went to Reek for a mission. But yeah, once I finished up here, I basically just kind of left. In hopes I'd never have to do something like this again. I deleted the part, but basically I made it back to General Tullius and he assigned me to go to Riften. One of them assigned me to go to Riften to basically blackmail this woman. The second I got here, there was actually a dragon that I quickly dispatched of. In front of 2 Riften guards, mind you. And I'm thinking, okay, these guys, they're chilling with me. They're going to go ahead and let me into this north gate, which, if you guys don't know, when you get to Riften, they're kind of all slimy. Like, literally all of the guards. And they kind of just try to rob you of everything you have just to get in.
Use the north gate. This one's closed. My orders are to tell the riffraff to use the north gate. That's it. That's a quick way to the executioner's block.
And I'm like, bro, I just killed the dragon in front of you. And then he was even like trying to talk about how he can't believe that we just killed a dragon. But it's like, bro, you can't just let me in. Are you not afraid at all? I attempted to actually take like a potion of invisibility here and then just sneak and pickpocket them. I did it for both guards actually, and there was no key. So I couldn't even get into that gate anyways, even if I tried. So I had to basically go all the way around, and if you know Riften, it's pretty sucky. You make it around to the actual gate, the north gate that you're supposed to go through, and of course...
Before I let you into Riften, for the privilege of entering the city, what does it matter?
I tried intimidating the guard, and that just did not fly for him. I was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna persuade you instead. Like, I am literally the Dragonborn. I don't get how it is that these people have the guts to talk to me like this.
Welcome to Riften, home of the Thieves Guild.
You can head inside when you're ready.
It's all lies.
I had another run-in with a Thieves Guild.
Be careful, Mule. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? Don't say so. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in there. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back. So keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Only way you could have found one of those is by stealing it. Guess you'll fit in around here better than I thought. So what do you want to know? Do I look like a merchant to you? You're gonna have to take that up with Vex in the Thieves Guild. Get in good with them and you'll find her.
Go ahead and run up here to the Mistfield Keep, where I run into actually the first female Jarl I've ever seen. But we're not here for her anyways. We're here for her... What is your name? Tamriel? Yeah. The Jarl Steward. We're just going to go and get this incriminating letter, but as we walk back here, we're met with a guard who was kind of just auto-aggroed against us. And basically tells us that we're not allowed to go back there and get that letter, which is weird. I'm not sure how you're supposed to do this, but I kind of talked to her a little bit to see if I can get like an alternative path. Maybe she leads me back there. I'm cool. What ends up happening instead is I kind of just wait a little bit and then I just decide, you know what, I'm just going to run back there. That is exactly what I do. I run back there, I loot this dresser, and inside is just an incriminating letter. I take it, and then I just walk back out, and as soon as I get around the corner, this dude is just waiting for me. As I clear out, I talk to Tamriel again, and then show her the incriminating letter.
Not here. Come with me. Stay close, and the guards will leave you alone.
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thum be taught, like any skill?
I suppose you're here to extort something from me? Is that it? Well, it would ruin me. I have a good thing going here. The Jarl benefits from my more creative arrangements as well, though it'd be impossible for her to admit that. Layla is a simple and traditional woman, which makes it easy to manipulate her, but impossible to regain her graces once offended. Look, perhaps we could come to some kind of agreement? What if I told you about a large shipment of gold and weapons? Oh no, I'm no fool. You'll learn what you need to know once we've come to an agreement. Well, I suppose I'm not left much choice in the matter, am I? Very well. I trust a hefty purse of septims will...
She gives me 750 gold. I'm like, oh, bet. And of course, yeah, she negotiated that little shipment for me. I was like, okay, that's even better, man. And I was like, sure. I would absolutely love to do that now. I very much did not do it. And you will see why.
The shipment is quite heavy and guarded by many men. Now let's pretend we never had this discussion. You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws.
If you journey north, keep well away from Snapleg Cave. Damned hag raiders have infested the place.
I'm fiddling with it.
After doing that mission, I did notice that it was like meters and meters across the actual map itself. So I returned back to this little ruin of Ysgramor, I think that's what it's called. with actually I returned with Vilcus or Farcus. Vilcus. I returned to Vilcus because I wanted to see if I can take the Lycan curse away from him, because I know he was one of the companions who talked about not wanting it anymore. It's like, okay, you know, let me help a boy out. So I went all the way down to the ruins, back to where I originally cured Kodlak of his Lycan abilities. When I activated it, it basically told me that I could only do it for myself and not for the others, which I was like, oh, okay, I guess. I was like kind of hoping it would kind of progress the companion story a little more, but I guess I'm just completely done with companions. Like, I can't progress anything with them. I tried to see if I could have Vilcus do it himself. Maybe if I equipped him with an actual witch's head, he'd be able to do it, but it didn't look like that was the case. At least with the way that I did things. Yeah, he just was not doing anything. I did eventually select yes for myself to kind of do it, but after I killed my wolf, I kind of just reloaded the save, because I don't know, bro. I feel like just having the wolf powers added character to me. But this is actually where I ended the session, because, you know, there wasn't really much else to do. I was tired. It was probably like 2 a.m. at some day. I can't remember which day I recorded this at, but I was just tired. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna end it for now. And I wish I saw at least an hour in that there was no audio picking up. I should have checked, but I didn't, so here we are. But yeah, the next video will actually have audio in it for sure, because, you know, I don't plan on being kind of rushy with my recordings. But yeah, that's basically what happened. This whole episode is actually going to be a recap. I'm not planning on doing any new footage for this episode or for the next few episodes, yeah, but not for this one, just because it's like a whole hour's worth of recapping that I couldn't condense anymore. Maybe I could have, but it just wouldn't have been as detailed and as interesting to watch, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is where I end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and you know, I will see you next time when I'm more adept and inept at being aware of my surroundings. Later.